Imagine your kidneys as two vigilant sentinels, working silently deep within your body. Unlike your stomach that growls or your heart that races, your kidneys never announce their pain. The renal parenchyma, the inner tissue of your kidneys, contains no sensory nerve endings at all. By the time you feel pain in your kidney region, something has already gone terribly wrong. A stone is moving through the ureter, an infection is raging, or damage has already occurred. This is why understanding what happens during fasting becomes critical for your long-term kidney health. You cannot wait for warning signals that may never come until it's far too late. Now, when you decide not to eat for 48 hours, most people focus on their growling stomach. But the real transformation begins elsewhere, deep inside your kidneys, through a hormonal revolution unfolding quietly. The moment food stops entering your system, insulin levels begin their descent like a falling curtain. Insulin, the hormone everyone associates with blood sugar, plays a hidden role in your kidneys too. It doesn't just unlock cells to absorb glucose and store energy for later use. It also commands your kidneys to hold on to sodium, to retain water, to maintain stable blood pressure. This mechanism, orchestrated through the proximal tubule, keeps you balanced during your normal eating patterns every day. But when insulin drops during fasting, everything reverses like a biological switch, flipping backward into ancient mode. Your kidneys receive a new instruction from your endocrine system. Release the sodium, let go. Scientists call this phenomenon natriuresis, which means the increased excretion of sodium through your urine stream. Research published in the American Journal of Physiology demonstrates that insulin directly enhances sodium reabsorption significantly. When insulin falls, this reabsorption decreases dramatically, allowing sodium and water to leave your body freely. Within the first 12 hours, you might notice yourself urinating more frequently than you normally would. This isn't dehydration or a sign that something is going wrong with your body's systems. This is your kidneys exhaling, releasing the tension they've held for so long under constant pressure. The glucose filtration load, the amount of sugar your kidneys must filter, drops dramatically during this phase. For kidneys that have been working overtime processing excess glucose, this feels like a long-awaited vacation, finally. You wake up on the second morning of fasting, and something feels off, strangely unfamiliar. Your head throbs with a dull ache that wasn't there yesterday when you felt motivated. Your heart seems to beat a little faster, and standing up makes you feel lightheaded. Most people assume this is simply low blood sugar, the body crying out for food. But the real culprit is something far more complex happening deep inside your kidneys right now. This is what scientists call the diuretic effect of fasting, a massive shift in fluid balance. Here's what's happening beneath the surface while you're trying to push through the discomfort and confusion. When glycogen stores in your liver begin to run completely dry, something fascinating occurs simultaneously. For every single gram of glycogen stored in your body, 3 to 4 grams of water are bound tightly to it. As glycogen breaks down to fuel your brain and muscles, this water is suddenly released all at once. Your kidneys must now work at full capacity to filter and excrete this sudden flood of liberated water. It's like opening a dam, and your kidneys become the emergency overflow system working overtime. But water doesn't leave your body alone. It drags essential minerals along with it down the drain. Potassium, magnesium, and sodium begin flowing out faster than your body can carefully manage or replace them. This is where the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, or RAAS, scrambles to respond to the sudden crisis ahead. Aldosterone, a hormone that normally tells your kidneys to save sodium, starts dropping as insulin remains low. The loss of potassium affects your heart's electrical rhythm, causing palpitations and that racing heartbeat feeling. Magnesium depletion interferes with muscle relaxation, leading to cramps, tension, and that unexplained fatigue washing over you. A study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that fasting significantly alters electrolyte balance within 24 hours. But here's the counterintuitive truth that science wants you to understand about this uncomfortable phase right now. This electrolyte shift isn't a sign of failure or that your body is breaking down. It's evidence that your metabolism is successfully transitioning from sugar-burning to fat-burning mode, exactly as evolution designed. Your kidneys are recalibrating, learning to conserve what matters while releasing what no longer serves you. Around the 30-hour mark, some people experience something unexpected and deeply concerning to them. Their joints begin to ache, especially in the big toe, the ankle, or the knee joint. For those with a history of gout, this can trigger a full-blown attack that sends them to the emergency room. Why does fasting, something promoted as healthy, suddenly feel like it's attacking your own body from within? The answer lies in a fierce competition happening inside your kidneys at the molecular transporter level. As your body shifts into aggressive fat-burning mode, your liver begins producing ketones in massive quantities. Beta-hydroxybutyrate, the primary ketone body, floods your bloodstream to fuel your brain and muscles efficiently. Your kidneys must now excrete these ketones through urine to prevent them from accumulating dangerously high. But here's where the biological traffic jam occurs, creating a hidden problem few people understand clearly. Your kidneys use the same transport system, called organic anion transporters, or OAT, for multiple tasks. These transporters are responsible for removing both ketones and uric acid from your blood into your urine. When ketones surge during fasting, they crowd the pathway, blocking uric acid from getting through efficiently. Uric acid, unable to exit through its normal route, begins backing up in your bloodstream instead. This temporary spike in blood uric acid levels is called hyperuricemia, and it's a normal fasting response. Research published in Arthritis and Rheumatology confirms that fasting can elevate serum uric acid by 20 to 30%. For most healthy people, this temporary elevation causes no symptoms and resolves once eating resumes normally. But for individuals with a genetic predisposition to gout or existing high uric acid levels already present, this is dangerous. The excess uric acid crystallizes in the joints, triggering the inflammatory cascade that defines a gout attack. This is not a design flaw in fasting. It's your body prioritizing ketone clearance over uric acid elimination. Evolution chose brain fuel over joint comfort, a survival strategy that made perfect sense during ancient famines. So here's the critical safety warning that every person considering fasting needs to hear before they begin. If you have a history of gout, kidney stones, or elevated uric acid, prolonged fasting requires medical supervision. Most people believe the liver is the only organ capable of producing glucose when you're fasting. That assumption, repeated in countless nutrition articles and textbooks, is only half of the complete story. After 36 hours without food, your kidneys transform into a massive glucose-producing factory operating at full capacity. This process, called renal gluconeogenesis, is one of the kidney's most underappreciated and misunderstood survival mechanisms. By this stage of fasting, your kidneys are responsible for 40 to 50% of all new glucose production. They're not just filtering waste anymore. They're actively feeding your brain with the fuel it desperately needs. Here's how this metabolic miracle unfolds deep within the cells of your kidney's cortex right now. Your kidneys begin breaking down glutamine, an amino acid circulating in your blood, into usable glucose molecules. This conversion happens primarily in the proximal tubule cells, the same area that reabsorbs sodium and water. The glucose produced by your kidneys enters your bloodstream, keeping your brain alive and neurons firing properly. But this process creates a byproduct that turns out to be surprisingly beneficial for kidney protection itself. As glutamine breaks down into glucose, it releases ammonia, a molecule most people think of as toxic waste. Yet in this context, ammonia becomes your kidney's secret weapon against the acid produced by ketone metabolism. Ketones, while providing clean energy, are acidic molecules that lower your blood pH toward dangerous acidosis levels. Your kidneys respond by secreting ammonia into the urine, where it binds to hydrogen ions and neutralizes acidity. This self-protective mechanism prevents ketoacidosis, the potentially fatal condition where blood becomes too acidic and overwhelms the body. Research from the American Journal of Physiology shows that renal ammonia production increases threefold during prolonged fasting periods. Your kidneys are essentially creating their own buffer system, maintaining pH balance while simultaneously producing brain fuel. It's a perfect example of biological elegance, where one metabolic pathway solves two critical problems at once. This is why your body doesn't collapse into acidosis during fasting, despite producing massive amounts of ketones daily. Your kidneys orchestrate this delicate acid-base balance with precision that no medical intervention can fully replicate or improve. By the time you reach 40 hours without food, something profound begins happening at the cellular level. Your kidneys, like every organ in your body, accumulate damage over time from normal metabolic processes. Advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, build up from years of high sugar and protein consumption patterns. These damaged proteins clog the delicate filtering units called glomeruli, slowly choking off their function over decades. The tubular cells become littered with broken mitochondria, misfolded proteins, and cellular debris that compromises kidney efficiency. Under normal eating conditions, your cells never get the chance to clean up this accumulated metabolic garbage. But at the 48-hour mark of fasting, a cellular housekeeping process called autophagy reaches its peak intensity. Autophagy literally means self-eating, and it's your body's most powerful internal recycling and repair system available. This process begins when the mTOR pathway, a sensor of nutrient availability, becomes inhibited by the absence of food. Simultaneously, AMPK, an enzyme activated by low energy states, signals your cells to start the cleanup operation immediately. Inside your kidney tubular cells, tiny structures called autophagosomes form like microscopic garbage bags around damaged components. These autophagosomes engulf broken mitochondria, oxidized proteins, and other cellular waste that would otherwise cause inflammation and scarring. The cellular debris is then broken down and recycled into amino acids and energy that your kidneys can reuse. This is the only time your kidneys can truly renovate themselves at the molecular level without any medical intervention. Research published in Cell Metabolism demonstrates that autophagy significantly reduces kidney inflammation and prevents fibrosis in animal models. Studies on polycystic kidney disease, or PKD, show that fasting can actually reduce the size of kidney cysts dramatically. The mechanism works by allowing damaged cells to be cleared away before they multiply and form larger cysts. This is biological renovation happening in real time, a process no pharmaceutical drug can replicate with the same precision. Your kidneys are being rebuilt from the inside out, one damaged protein at a time, restoring function you thought was lost. After 48 hours, your kidneys have completed a maintenance cycle that simply cannot occur when you're eating constantly. 48 hours represents a powerful biological milestone, but it's not a journey meant for everyone to take. Your kidneys are masters of homeostasis, maintaining balance in ways science is only beginning to fully understand. But these remarkable organs need your cooperation, your awareness, and your respect for their limits and vulnerabilities. What you've just witnessed is the kidney's ancient survival program, coded into your DNA over millions of years. The insulin drop, the electrolyte shift, the uric acid competition, the glucose production, and finally, the cellular autophagy. Each phase reveals how intelligently your body adapts to scarcity, transforming challenge into opportunity for deep renewal. But this transformation comes with absolute boundaries that cannot be ignored or dismissed for the sake of optimization. If you have chronic kidney disease at stage 3 or higher, fasting can push damaged kidneys into acute failure. Pregnant or breastfeeding women must never attempt prolonged fasting, as the developing baby depends on steady nutrient flow. People who are underweight or malnourished lack the metabolic reserves needed to sustain safe kidney function during fasting. Those taking medications for diabetes or high blood pressure face dangerous risks of blood sugar or blood pressure dropping too low. There's another critical danger that few people discuss: refeeding syndrome, a potentially fatal complication after prolonged fasting ends. When you suddenly reintroduce carbohydrates after 48 hours, insulin surges back rapidly, driving phosphate into cells at dangerous speeds. This sudden drop in blood phosphate can cause kidney failure, heart arrhythmias, and even death if not managed carefully. The key to safe fasting lies not in how long you fast, but in how wisely you prepare and break the fast. Adequate hydration with electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and magnesium, is absolutely essential to protect your kidneys throughout these 48 hours. Listen to your body's signals. Consult with a knowledgeable physician before attempting prolonged fasts, and prioritize safety over experimentation. Your kidneys have shown you their incredible resilience and adaptive intelligence, but they deserve your protection in return. If this video helped you understand the hidden world of kidney physiology, consider watching our next science breakdown. We hope this video brought value to you, and we'll see you in the next one.